Hello everyone, welcome to the channel for Everything Arsenal and welcome to the match reaction for Crystal Palace and Arsenal. I literally came live like 15 minutes from West Brom and West Ham ending. We are literally depending on this game to end in a draw or for West Ham to lose. I've never known that I'd actually be supporting Big Sam on the third, fourth, last day of the season. I'll be supporting Big Sam to actually beat West Ham, because if West Ham lose this game, the unthinkable could happen at the end of the season. We could actually finish in the top six. Can you imagine Arsenal in the top six? That would be amazing. But first up, obviously, let's talk about Arsenal and the match. A 3-1 win, final away game of the season. I'll take that. That is 4 wins in a row for us. That's actually the first time Arteta's had 4 wins in a row as Arsenal manager, and that is the first time we've had 4 wins in a row since 2018, so almost 3 years. So a bit of a few positives here and there, but first let's take a look at the lineup. Obviously, so Leno in goal was a surprise. I thought maybe Ryan would start, but obviously he's still taking the Premier League very seriously. The likes of Chambers, I didn't expect him to start, but Chambers started. Tierney started, Gabriel Holding, that's kind of obvious. The only change I would have made, maybe Cedric for Chambers. And then in midfield, Patton Elneny, I'm definitely expecting that. Martinelli on the bench again, that's fine anyway. Pepe, Saka, Smith Rowe, and Aubameyang up front. I thought Aubameyang and Lacazette would maybe start together, but obviously they are not starting together, unfortunately. And maybe in the final day of the season, maybe if you're going for goals, maybe. Obviously, you can tell that Odegaard and Sabas are not really playing a lot of games. That basically means it definitely looks to me like obviously the season is almost over and these players won't be at Arsenal next season. So is there any need of playing them if they're not going to be here next season? I don't really think so. I don't actually think players give the 100% if they're knowing they're leaving a club, unfortunately. So I don't see the purpose of playing the likes of Sabas and Odegaard not playing as well, coming in the second half. Will he really be here next season? I'm starting to really doubt it. So for the lineup, I was definitely okay with the lineup. The only change I would have made, as I said, Cedric for Chambers. So I'm really keeping an eye on West Ham and West Brom. Cookie Hyman, he says, we are third on the EPL form table since Christmas, behind just City and United. I'll tell you something fascinating. We actually have the third best defensive record in the Premier League. Third best defensive record in the Premier League, which obviously means when we lose games, we will lose by 1-0 like we did against Everton. We will lose by 2 goals to 1 or something. We never really conceded a lot of goals, so that is the only improvement we've made this season. One of the few improvements we've made. The scenes: Arsenal 3, Brighton 1, Everton 1. Everton will definitely not beat City, even if it's City's third or fourth team. I don't care. West Ham against Southampton, we only need a draw as well if they draw today's game. This is the fascinating thing. Arsenal is having their worst season ever in the Premier League history, their worst season ever. Some of these teams that you're competing with, Tottenham, you remember they won the league in December. I think they beat like a City and they're like top of the table and they thought they'd won the league. Everton were having their best season at one stage this season. West Ham were having their best season ever in the Premier League this season. So imagine us having our worst season ever. We still finish ahead of these teams that are having their best seasons ever. That would be actually a positive to take into the summer and take into next season. So for the game itself, I predicted a 3-2. I kind of expected them to score. Obviously, Benteke's I don't expect. Holding is terrible at dealing with aerial balls. That's something I've noticed this season. If you put him against a Benteke, a Bamford, he cannot manage it. So obviously, we had to concede. Luckily, we conceded 1 and not 2. But the first thing I'm going to talk about is the red card. Now, okay, that's supposed to be red card incident. Now, tell me, this wasn't ruled as a red card. It wasn't ruled as a red card. Fine. I don't have a problem if that isn't a red card, but I have a problem that on the same ground last season, the same kits and everything, we were given a red card for almost the same incident, maybe even not even worse as that, but ours was a red card. That is the only thing I usually have problems with VAR. Why was ours a red card and theirs not a red card? That's something I need to be explained for. Like so many decisions this season. I kind of agree that Chelsea have been disallowed so many goals the last few weeks, but that is kind of obvious. For us, that is a red card. But this isn't a red card. Why? I need someone to really explain to me. I didn't understand, because if we ended up dropping points in that game, it would have felt like the Wolves game earlier this season, or Burnley game, that we are actually supposed to receive penalties or not red cards, and then the team ends up beating us, unfortunately, and then it ends up being one of those stories again all of the time. So that's the one thing I need to be explained to. Like, why is that not a red card? Cookie says, I want to make Martin deal permanent. By the way, I'll be live with lead judges from FTV tomorrow. We'll be talking about Ceballos, Willian, Luis, and Odegaard, the four players. Who would you keep? Who would you have kept? Luis, if you had the chance? Should Odegaard remain? Would you have kept Ceballos, for example? A few people still love Ceballos, so we'll be talking about that tomorrow. I think 8:30 UK time. Hi GK. I'm good, RK. Thanks for being here. One of Spurs, Everton, and West Ham can win, and we qualify for conference. Now, I don't want conference. Obviously, no one wants conference. There is a chance, and West Ham just scored. Oh my goodness! I knew it. It's just Arsenal's luck. So whatever you just said right now, West Ham just scored in the 82nd minute. Whatever you just said right now, it's very, very possible. Arsenal and Conference League. That's actually looking for a possible 7th place. Great win and great kid. Thanks, Nana. Was 50-50 yellow card, red card for me. If it was Arsenal, it would have been a red card. If it was Luis or Shaka, definite red card. No, not Odegaard. So you would keep Odegaard or no? Let me know. I'm sending back with Sabah. So wow. So we have to sort out our midfield. A lot of players are leaving. We'll have to sort out our midfield. If Torreira doesn't come back, Guendouzi doesn't come back, we'll have to get new players in midfield. So Nana says by Odegaard. We'll talk about this tomorrow. So for the game itself, they're actually checking VAR handball. Oh my goodness, please disallow it. I'd be so happy they're checking the West Ham goal. So for the game itself, kind of a quick start and then slow start again. It's obviously Arsenal. We can't keep the tempo going for like 20 minutes straight. You obviously like play 10 minutes well and then 10 minutes poorly. But we managed to take the lead. Pepe with a good finish, Cheney going forward and all that. Very, very good finish. Another player should have picked up a red card right before that, Benteke, but obviously again it's Arsenal. Obviously they won't pick up a red card. And then Aubameyang was a bit quiet for me today. Didn't really get any opportunities. Didn't get any through passes today. I really wanted him to play Lacazette today. I'm really worried about him. I think he just needs the season to end. He's not going to the Euros. Obviously he'll have a break over the summer. I need him to have a break. If he's still going to be here next season, he needs a break over the summer because he really needs to improve next season. So our first goal scored by Pepe, and then obviously we let Benteke score. You could obviously tell that Arsenal, we never keep clean sheets that much, and players like this score against us, the likes of Benteke, players who've never scored in the last 4 years. He scored a header. I thought it was offside. I thought it was a foul, but then again, it's Arsenal. Obviously, they won't disallow it. We're used to it. I actually, when he got to the 86th minute, I'd given up. I was like, oh man, yeah. We got into the final day without anything to watch. Boring. We'll just be watching other teams fighting for top 4. That is painful. But Pepe came through for us. He scored another. Was it Pepe? Pepe scored the 3rd goal. Sorry, Martinelli. Martinelli with a very good run as sub. I think he'll definitely start against Brighton in the final day. Very, very good player again. One of the players that are definitely going to be here next season. I can't wait to see how Arteta, if Arteta is going to be here next season, I can't wait to see how he's going to use them when the likes of Odegaard aren't here, for example. So will we be playing Martinelli, Odegaard, and Martinelli, Saka, and Smith Rowe together? Just the 3 youngsters in behind a striker. We'll have to wait and see. Nketiah also wasn't on the bench today, so is he definitely leaving on loan this summer? We'll have to wait and see. Martinelli, very, very good finish as well. And then Pepe, his dribbles actually worked. His dribbles actually worked for once. So Pepe finished a very good effort, and then 3-1 win. 4 wins in a row in the Premier League doesn't look like that. Actually, the question we'll always ask is, how can they do it in 4 consecutive Premier League games? We scored 2 against Newcastle, scored 3 today. We scored, I think, 3 against West Brom. We beat Chelsea with the clean sheet. How can they do all this but fail to score 1 goal against Villarreal? And then our new kit. Let me know what you guys think about our new kit. I know there's obviously a lot of discussion about who should buy it, who shouldn't buy it, blah blah blah. I wouldn't come on to you if you buy it or not. I really don't care if they buy it or not. I don't think it makes a huge difference if 2 people don't buy it, because if you don't buy the kit, another 2 people will buy the kit. I mean, millions of Arsenal fans in the world, few will buy the kit, a lot will buy the kit. So even if you don't buy, they'll still get the money anyway. They actually, Daniel Ek gave away 2 billion, and they said they don't need the money. What makes you think a couple of kits will make them want money anyway? So I don't think it helps anyway. I think the kit is beautiful, using the Canon, not the actual badge. So that was great. Let me check a few comments again. Man, West Ham are winning, so meaning we can't get top 6, unfortunately. West Ham scored, yep, and we should buy Bissouma. Bissouma can't shoot on target, by the way. That's one thing you need to know. So if Partey can't shoot on target, Bissouma can't also shoot on target. By him and Partey in midfield, that would be solid. We signed a new 10-year-old, so maybe he can play there. Please rule offside, obviously not if it was Arsenal. Yep, no, West Brom was playing good as well. Yeah, with the fans expected them maybe to at least get a draw. They still have a chance, 10 minutes to go maybe. Tech being called via Arsenal in return for Europe, despite having approximately 3 decisions in our favor in the last 2 years. This season alone, listen, if we sit down and look at every single decision, we'll probably get like 7 or 8 that went our way. Like Chelsea at home, when Tini received that penalty that Lacazette scored, that wasn't supposed to be a penalty. I definitely agree. But so many other decisions, Luiz against Wolves shouldn't be a red card. So many other decisions going not our way. I'm absolutely used to that. If Oba or Laka leave, we should sign Watkins. Can he actually get us where we want to be? I don't know. I don't know. I think we need a big strike. I know we can't get a big striker if you're like 9th or 8th. We can't compete with Chelsea in terms of signing players. But I don't know. The one thing I like about Watkins and the shout is fit for the whole season. I like players who can stay fit for the whole season. Cookie away, we don't keep clean sheets and we win or draw. I think we've won the last 6 away games, we've only lost 1 maybe. And West Ham on the counter attack here. Lingard, Antonio, 4 against 1. Antonio, yep, 3-1 game over. And West Ham are looking good for the Europa League. That's our Europa League dreams out of the window, unfortunately. I literally came live. The game was still 1-1. 12 minutes into the live, it's 3-1 to West Ham, just like us against Crystal Palace. 1-1, and the game turns around in the last minutes. GK, they already get paid the money in the entire deal. Yep, Adidas, all that, they still get the money. It's paid for it, unfortunately. The one thing is, none of us will ever know how the business works unless we've worked for Adidas or we've worked for Arsenal, we've worked with Kroenke. None of us will ever know how it actually works, but I agree with you. That's how I expect it to work. I think they actually pay it ahead, like the deal for 3-4 years first, and then they get the money anyway before the tickets are even released. So unfortunately, yep. So what did you guys make of Aubameyang's performance today? I thought it was disappointing. Didn't make any runs. Smith Rowe really looking promising. Obviously a bit quiet today, but I'm really happy with him. He's been one of the best players this season. After the season ends, obviously from next week, I'll be doing a couple of more videos talking about our players of the season and all that. I literally have 15 videos like on private, just waiting to be released. So I'll be talking about players who can replace Leno and all that if he leaves. Nana says no. Yep, West Ham are through. To be fair with you guys, they do actually deserve to be in the Champions League or the Europa League. West Ham, they definitely do deserve. So if you actually to finish ahead of them, it would be so unlucky for them. But yeah, Conference League, here we come. That's actually our luck. That's where we are going to finish, in the Conference League. And Cookie says West Brom. Game over for West Brom, game over for West Brom. So let's get into the player ratings for our game before I end this. Obviously, I'm not watching anymore. They've won the game. Let's get into the player ratings for the game. Let's see. Yep, player ratings time. So the first one obviously is Leno again today. A couple of very good saves again today. I'm not a fan of letting Leno go. Can you guys convince me that we can get a better goalkeeper than Leno right now? If it's not an Alisson or something like that, someone who can score goals, a goalkeeper who can score goals, I don't know, man. I know Areola is a very good shot stopper, the goalkeeper at Fulham. I know we are linked with Onana from Ajax, but are they really better than Leno? I don't know. Yes, he makes mistakes. Maybe we'll even go to the Euros. I'm waiting to see whether he's going to be taken to the Euros, and I want his performance over that in that 1 month. I'm going to give him a 7 for today. I think he was okay. I'm going to give him a 7 for today. Maybe he should have come. I think he gave away the ball, and then Crystal Palace won a free kick, and they scored from it. But other than that, a couple of very good saves in the game. I'm going to give him a 7. Chambers, they almost broke his foot again. And every time they're trying to break Chambers' foot, he could be out for 1 year again. So I've been happy with him. When Chambers came back around December, I didn't know he was going to have this much impact for Arsenal. I never knew he was going to have this much impact for Arsenal. I thought he was done. Although still, if you're to ask me at the end of the season, would I get rid of Chambers? Definitely. I think he's one of the players who really doesn't deserve to be here. He's been here for too long. We need a lot of changes at Arsenal. The likes of Elneny and Chambers should not be here this season, unfortunately. So Chambers for today, 6, 7. I think The crosses, I like the crosses. I like the way he actually gets forward with the energy and actually just whips in a good cross. He doesn't care, he doesn't wait, he just hits the cross. Could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. Sometimes he needs to aim, but I'm going to give him a 6 for today, Chambers. And then Gabriel, I don't know, I think he made a mistake for the goal. If I'm not wrong, he fell down or he was pushed. I don't know. For Chambers and Gabriel, I'm not 100% sure. I think I'll be for the games. You need to watch it like second or a third time to actually get the correct rating on some of these players. But for Gabriel as well, I'm going to give him a 6 for today. The next one is Rob Holding. Again, for the defenders, I didn't think they had a lot to do, and whatever they had to do, they didn't really do it that well. So I'm going to give Holding a 6. They really made Townsend and Zaha look very good today. So I'm going to give Holding a 6 as well. Tierney got an assist. He's been brilliant for us this season. This is one of the players I can't wait for next season to see how they perform next season. He's been really good. There's a time he was actually in the conversation with Robertson for being the best left back in England. So he's very, very good. I'm going to give him a 7 for today. Got an assist, got subbed off, but the subs actually worked surprisingly. Partey for today, I don't know. He was solid in midfield. Again, he gave away a couple of silly fouls. I always see him doing that. He didn't attempt a shot today, thank goodness. He's terrible at shooting the ball, but in being solid in midfield, teams like Crystal Palace and teams like West Ham, it's very hard to deal with their midfields because they have the likes of Sushek, Kuyate in midfield, very strong midfielders. So Partey for today, I'm going to give him a 6. El Neni, El Neni will be El Neni. El Neni will give you 100% in the game. There's a time again I saw him going up front trying to hit a cross. He will not give you that. He will not give you a good cross on the pitch, but he can give you the energy in midfield. But just like Chambers, yes, he's done well for us. He scored this goal against Newcastle a couple of weeks ago, but is he good enough to be at Arsenal? Scored player the last 10 minutes, fine. But then again, we won't be in the Europa League next season. What are the squad players for? Because if you're trying to play for the Premier League and win the Premier League or finish in the top 4, we have to play our strongest team every single game. So unless you're talking about the Carabao Cup, and the Carabao Cup, you can play one game and get eliminated. So just like Ryan, I think we signed Ryan from Brighton to come and play in the FA Cup, and then we were knocked out a couple of days later, and then we've only seen him twice this season. So I don't think Elneny deserves to be. It deserves to be a next season maybe, but he's one of those players that won't take us forward, unfortunately. So whichever money we can get for him, sell him right now. For today, I'm going to give him standard 5, maybe. I think I'll give him a standard 5. The next one is Smith Rowe as the number 10. Not the best of performances, but he was good. I think he was better than most of the players. So then again, I'm going to give him. He's always the thing I like about Smith Rowe. When he gets to the wing, left foot, right foot, he doesn't care. He's going to whip in the cross. He always takes the ball forward, doesn't waste time. His turn is very quick, not like Sabah's turning back, then cutting back in. Pepe, left foot, right foot, left foot. By the time you're waiting for the cross, the game is over. The referee has already blown the whistle. So for Smith, I'm going to give him a 7. I really, really like him. Can't wait to see him next season. And then Odegaard might not be here, so it's going to be interesting to see how he does next season. Pepe, I'm going to give him a 9. Pepe, I'm definitely going to give him a 9. Scored 2 good goals, good finish. I think the first goal he finished with his right foot, actually. One of the best performances again this season. He's been really good this year, 2021 away from home. He's been very, very good this year away from home. Leicester away, Burnley away when he should have had a penalty. He was very good in that game as well. West Ham away, he was very good. This game again today was very good. Wolves away when we lost, he was very good. So he's been playing really well in 2021 away from home. He's definitely made some improvements. I remember when he got that red card against Leeds, I had totally given up on him. I was like, nah, this guy is not good enough. But since then, he's actually improved. He's finishing the season stronger than he started it, basically. So I'm happy that I'm going to give him a 9. Aubameyang today, very, very quiet, man. Very, very quiet. Didn't get any opportunities. Got one. Went off target. Wasn't really involved in any of the games. I don't know if it's a case of the players not knowing how to play with him, like through balls. Because I saw Pepe, for example, playing at Lille. The number of through balls he used to get. Aubameyang playing at Dortmund, the number of through balls he used to get. Why doesn't he get that at Arsenal that many times? I really don't understand. But for today, Aubameyang, unfortunately, I'm going to give him a 5. Disappointing for today. And then from the bench, Granit Xhaka, I'm going to give him a 6. I actually think they actually changed the game. Him and Martinelli. I'm going to give Xhaka a 6 for today. Will he be here next season? Are we seeing his final away game of the season? We have to wait and see. Martinelli, I'm going to give him an 8. Came on, scored basically the winner, even if Pepe didn't score. Always looking active. I think in the conference or the match reaction for him, he actually did say, "Whenever Arteta needs me, I'm here." So basically implying that if he wants to play me more, I'm ready. So for today, I'm going to give him an 8. Odegaard also came in early. Very, very good cross for Martinelli's goal. Very, very good cross. I'm going to give him a 7. Definitely made an impact. All 3 subs today changed the game, and 2 of them contributed to goals. So I was happy with that. I'm going to give him a 7. And then Mikel Arteta for today. If he had drawn that game, I would probably have given him something like a 5, because Crystal Palace away, I know they have the fans. That actually makes a difference. They're very annoying, like booing Tierney. The referees are kind of afraid to give out red cards and stuff when the fans are there. I don't understand it. So since we got 2 late winners and the subs actually made a difference, he made the subs. I was worried when he took off the likes of Tierney and stuff. I was like, yeah, we won't score, but they actually made a difference. So for today, Arteta, I'm going to give him a 7. I'm going to 7, 8. 8 could be too high. I think 8 could be too high because we never really had a strong game. They had more shots than us. I think we only had like 4 shots on target. In the second half, before we scored, we had 0. They had like 8 in the second half. So I'm going to give him a 7 for today. Just for the subs, made an impact. So I'm going to give him a 7 for today. 4 wins in a row. We had a chance of playing the Europa League, obviously, after West Ham have just won 3-1. That's out of the window. We have the chance of playing in the Conference League, man. Conference League, you know what that means? We're going to play against teams from we've been playing against teams from Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, countries like, you know what I mean? Like countries like Italy, the 8th, 7th best teams in Italy, countries like Bulgaria. Those are the kind of teams we've been playing against. If in the Conference League, we'll be playing against teams in Moldova, San Marino, Liechtenstein, Lithuania. Man, yeah, put on your seatbelts, man. It's going to be a long ride for Arsenal, a long, long ride. Let me take a few more comments. Let's see. Wow, a lot of comments. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. If you're watching on Facebook, make sure you drop a like. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you drop a like. Again, I'll be live tomorrow with Lee, judges from AFTV, to talk about the 4 players. Williams, why am I forgetting? Willian, Ceballos, Odegaard, and Luis. Which one would you have kept if you're the Arsenal manager? So I'll be live tomorrow at 8:30 to talk about that. West Ham deserve Europe. I agree. Cookie, great stream. Thank you, RK. Cookie says, hopefully Leicester beat Spurs, beat Brighton, and City beat Everton that 7th. It would be a good thing to finish above Spurs. I think that it would be a good consolation. It would be decent, not the best, or we've had a really bad season, but it would be good to finish ahead of them in a season where they actually took the title in December when they were winning games. Apparently, Leno wants to stay. How about to go get Emi back? They probably sell him for 70 million right now. He's made a huge difference in their team. He's one of the reasons why they've climbed from 17th to top 10. Ravi Hyman, says Arsenal win, no pressure, cup tonight. The one thing I usually want is like going into the final day having something to play for. Now we basically like have not a lot to play for, unfortunately. David says Leno 7. Chambers 7. Cookie says Leno 7. So you agree with the 7. I agree with that. Thank you for the super chat, RK. I really appreciate it. We need a lot of transfers, so I might as well send this to Edu to try and get one player in the summer. Maybe a Bissouma or something. I saw Bissouma in the chat. Cookie says Chambers 6. I can see Gabriel 6. David says Gabriel 6. No positioning. I don't know. Like in the first 3 months, he was our player of the season. He had all that. I think Gabriel is one of the main reasons we've been able to end the poor runs away to United. Like we never won at United for 15 years. Gabriel came, we won. Coincidence? I don't think so. I think that mentality of Gabriel and Partey being there is one of the reasons why we managed to beat Chelsea away and United away after a decade without beating those teams. So he needs to work on the positioning. Maybe not having Luis next to him anymore will literally affect him. I think so. So I don't think a Saliba would be a good partner for him in terms of experience. So I don't know how it's going to work out on that, how it's going to work out for him in the summer. Holding 6, holding 7. Wow, you guys are actually giving him high. I don't think he had, I think Benteke was all over him, I'd say. I think there were a couple of good blocks, but not all that. Tierney 8, yep. Good cross, always solid. Didn't even play the whole game, but performs better than most. RK says holding 6.5. Again, RK, if you're pushed to go to down to a 6 or up to a 7, where would you go? Tierney a 6, but needs to communicate better with the winger. I don't know. Do you guys think like having a different partner up front or in front of you makes a difference every single game? Like today you have Pepe, tomorrow you have Saka, tomorrow you have Smith Rowe, tomorrow you have Nelson, tomorrow you have Aubameyang playing on that wing. Like, does it make a difference like having different people? Because for some teams, remember Ashley Cole and Perez? I think those guys played like 38 games in a row together on that left side. Perez, Ashley Cole, Perez, Ashley Cole. Every single game played together on that left side. A team like Chelsea, they used to have Ashley Cole and Malouda playing on that side every single game. So you have to create like a relationship. Partey is a 5. Best left back in England. What do you mean? There was a time Tierney is the best Prem left back and best Scottish left back. Yeah, there was a time like even Liverpool fans, for example, were starting to agree that Tierney has had a better season than Robertson. Obviously, the last few games Robertson has started playing well. Obviously, our season has drifted away, so you might hear them say again Robertson is up there. But if I was to have best left backs this season in the top 3, he's one of those players who will definitely be there alongside the likes of Cresswell. El Neni 6 for David. I can see Patty 7 from Cookie, from RK 7. Smith Rowe 7. I really like Smith Rowe. Cookie gives him an 8. Pepe 9. I can see Pepe has been top 5 players for us this year's top 3 this year, as in not the whole season, just 2021. He's been in the top 3 for me. Maybe even the best player this year for us, alongside Smith Rowe and Saka. Saka 7, Aubameyang 5, Aubameyang 6. Yeah, he had a shocking game. Odegaard 7. I can see Odegaard 6, Martinelli 8. Yeah, made an impact, absolutely. PSG won Coupe de France, if anyone cares. Which team were they playing? Monaco, I think. Yeah, I know my football, Cookie. I know my football. I think they were playing Monaco. Matthew says, what happened to Cedric? I don't know. One of the other buys that you will never understand what happened. Because when Saliba joined Arsenal, I thought he was going to play for us that very season. He didn't. The next season, which is this season, I thought he was definitely going to be part of our season this season. Gabriel was signed right after him, like a year after him, and Gabriel is the one who made the debut against Fulham in the opening day, and then not Saliba. I actually expected Saliba to be the one playing and Gabriel needing more time to settle in, but that is one of the cases. Cedric is the other one. Cedric was brought into the team maybe to replace Bellerin and Niles. Niles is no longer in the team. Bellerin is about to leave. Cedric might end up leaving. Chambers is the one playing. A lot of confusion there. So I think Cedric is another like Willian and those kind of players. He's been okay for most of the season, but one of those players where the board has to agree and has to commit that they made a huge mistake with those players and they just have to get rid of them. Yes, he can be okay as a backup right back, left back next season, but again, his injuries are too many, man. We can't depend on these players. Their injuries are too many, man. We have to get rid of them, such kind of players, unfortunately. Cookie says he was only needed as a left back while Tini was out, but why did we sign him though? Like, why did you sign him when we had Niles? Chambers at that time, I know he was injured, we still had Bellerin, so why was he signed? These players are usually signed just to make the fans happy, if you know what I mean. Like, I know right now, if I say we've signed Van Aanholt, to be like, oh wow, we've signed a new player, even though we know he's terrible. He needs a chance to improve himself. RK says holding 6. Okay, you've taken it down from a 6.5 to a 6. You need to buy either Klosterman from Leeds. You got Max Aaron from Norwich. Norwich are back in the Premier League next season. I actually think he'll remain there anyway. So yeah, very good win for us today. Thank you for everyone in the chat. Thank you for being active. Cookie, RK, David, obviously. Yes, I think I saw Lewis earlier. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Arke, for the super chat. Ravi, thank you, Matthew. Thank you all for being here. GK, Nana, thank you everyone who was watching on Facebook as well. Again, tomorrow, 8:30. I know I haven't put the link in the description. In fact, let me put the link in the description as you have any question for me, throw the question in for me. I'll put the link to the video for me and lead judges. Tomorrow, 8:30, we'll be talking about the 4 players. Would you guys love to keep Ceballos? Would you keep Willian at Arsenal? Do you think that is the worst signing we've ever made? Would you keep Odegaard at Arsenal? Have you seen enough of him to buy him, for example? Or who's the 4th player again? Lost him again, Luiz. Would you have kept Luiz at Arsenal? Let me know that. Would you have kept Luiz at Arsenal if you had the chance? For me, Ceballos, let him go. Odegaard, extend his loan for 1 year. Luis, I would have kept him. I think he's been our best defender this season. And the fourth player, Willian, yeah, it just hasn't worked out. Like I'll actually admit it. I was actually one of the fans who were like, it can't be that bad. I think he's okay. It'd be a good signing. It'd bring in experience for Martinelli, Saka's. It actually help them. But to be fair, it hasn't worked out. It definitely hasn't worked out. Especially comparing to the other players these other teams bought. Liverpool bought Jota in the same position. Look at the impact he had at the start of the season for them. We bought Willian in the same position. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Takes me back a few years again when we signed Xhaka, when N'Golo Kante and Sadio Mane were available and we went for Xhaka. Absolutely terrible. So that's it for the away game. The last game is against Brighton on Sunday. Let me know your prediction for that. I think we'll win it. I think we might end up qualifying for the Super League. Unfortunately, just our luck. So terrible again. I'm going to go for a 3-1 win. Brighton. I think we've only beaten Brighton twice since they were promoted. I think in like 6 games we've only beaten them like twice, so not a good thing. So I'm putting the link in the description not in the description, in the chat right now. I'll also put it in the description. Lee Judges tomorrow 8:30, talking about all those players. I'm going to watch his interview for FTV right now and see what he has to say. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Yeah, the link is not loading, man. What the hell? How does Mark Goldbridge manage to put the link so quickly? So yeah, guys, thank you very much. I'm planning to do more of this next season. I'm planning to. I'm not experienced in doing like streams by myself. I'm trying to do it from next season. I know I can do it, so I'm going to be doing it more from next season. I just so yeah, I'll put the link now. Thank you for watching, everyone. Keep staying safe, and I'll definitely catch up with you guys later.